Should probably start opening these. Hello and welcome back to the video. I hope you've had a cracking week. As you'll have seen from the intro there, I have got an abundance of parcels that need to be opened. I've intentionally let these build up. I had a bit of a vintage splurge and picked up a whole host of new issues for my Edge magazine collection. If you've been following along with this series, you'll know that I've decided to go for a full set of Edge magazines dating all the way back to 1993. So I think there are currently 423 as of today. I received issue number 423 today. In fact, let me just grab that and show you. So this one turned up literally today. Great timing. This is Ontos. Not quite sure. A very interesting cover. But yes, there are 423 episodes of this. It goes back to 1993. And I have got issue number 1 and a whole selection of issues in between there. I think, without double checking, I'm around 160 at the moment. I'm hoping that this haul here will get me closer to that 200 mark. Probably not going to quite get me to the halfway point, but I can't remember, if I'm honest, how much I've ordered. And I know for a fact that the big box at the bottom, which we'll get to last, is definitely going to have some duplicates in it. So I'm hoping that when we get down that far and I explain what I bought there, that this will all kind of make sense. And just to bring you back up to speed on the Edge collection, so I am not in any race to get these particularly. I'm just, every so often I'll have a little look online, see what I can pick up. I hope to pick some of these up in person at conferences and shops, but they don't tend to be well stocked. They're not the sort of thing that you see a huge amount of. But what I have done with a lot of these and what I'm trying to do is to try and get as many as I can for a kind of most affordable price. They're not crazy for the most part. They typically resell, at around £4 to £5 an issue, which seems to be about right. If I can see anything on Vinted that's going cheaper, and I've picked a few up today actually, which haven't turned up yet. Obviously I only ordered them today, where I got them for £1.50 an issue and I was over the moon. So I grabbed about 6 or 7 from a seller who'd got those, but more often than not I'm paying around £4 to £5. I don't want to pay over that. So with the exception of issue 1, which I did pay a little bit more for, I don't want to pay the sort of £10, £25. Some of these alternative covers, they sell for crazy money. I am only interested in a clean run of issues. I don't really mind variants and different cover types. I'm not looking for any of those sorts of things. So what I've got here is a whole selection. Again, I've paid in and around the £4-ish mark for each of these. Some will have been slightly cheaper, some will have slightly averaged out slightly more, but when I've bought them in bundles, I've obviously then got the price down a little bit. So I've got my trusty knife. This is going to be a super chill episode. I'm going to open these up, we'll have a little look. I'll show you in some B-roll, some better shots of some of these different covers and maybe even some of the articles. We'll see how we get on. But really just going to sit here, chill, chat through what's in these packages and get stuck in. So let's not waste any more time. And let's not cut myself either, because that would be bad. And let's get into the first one. They're all very well packaged for the most part, some more thoroughly than others. But let's have a look. And I have got, in some of these instances, oh, this is a great one to start with. Some of these are single issues. Some of them I bought 3 or 4 from a seller, and some, as you'll see towards the end, I've bought a lot more. This one is a single issue and a brilliant cover. This is issue 312 from December 2017, and look at that. What a fantastic cover that is. It's good old Mario. I think it's Mario Odyssey, or at least I assume it is. Yes, Mario Odyssey, the review. And it's Mario in his white gear, looking pristine. A couple of light marks on the cover of these. I'm not going for some sort of pristine collection necessarily. I do want them in, you know, relatively good condition. But this is a great one. And just inside the cover there, we've got Bowser and Peach's Royal Wedding as well. So that's a great one. Again, most of these I think are probably from the 2010s. Again, I can't remember what I bought. I know the box at the bottom has got a little bit more variety in it, but we'll get there as we go. Let's have a look. What's the best way to get into this one? Let's go from the bottom. I always like to see how creative sellers are on Vinted in terms of how they package these things. So this one, for example, already is an Amazon box with some removable cardboard. Ooh, let's not stack the issues with the rubbish. That's better. We've got some more tape in here again. We'll just cut that free. And oh, another cracking cover. These are only going to get worse, I'm afraid. So let's show you. Well, on the back you've already seen. So we've got a Splatoon girl, Ink Girl, is that what they're called? Inkies? I'm not sure. Never really got into Splatoon. But on the front, issue 327, January 2019. Look at that fantastic picture of Kirby. This is why I love these things. I think I've mentioned before that the main reason for even doing this is not so much to display them or marvel at them, although some of them have really good covers, and I do have a few of them on display in here. But the main reason for getting them really is the nostalgia. And for me, it's 1993 to date, basically. Covers a huge portion of my gaming life. Doesn't quite go far enough back because I'm that little bit older, but it goes back most of the way. And what I kind of see these really as, excuse the noise, this is a more modern one, is really an archive of gaming's past, because these magazines were covering these stories in the moment. These were not people's views looking back on decades of knowledge and prior information. This was people reacting in the moment to what they were seeing around them, the changes in the industry, marveling at the graphics, marveling at the hardware, questioning decisions that might then have gone on to become perfectly normal, but at the time looked strange, or just, you know, enjoying things that we later ridiculed. I don't know. Some things don't always age so well. So this issue is certainly more modern, 2024. This is issue 395. And this is something called Death Sprint 66. I'm going to have to look that up, and I must admit some of the more modern covers, I don't always recognise the artwork or the games, but I'm not as in touch as I used to be. I'm more retro, but look at that, still a really cool cover. So that's 3 single packages, 3 single issues. I think we are starting to get to some slightly thicker ones. Back in the day, I'm sure we all used to, if you're as old as me, you will have enjoyed a magazine or two in your youth. I certainly had some Edge magazines, but I used to buy all sorts of different stuff as a kid, and I've had to really resist the temptation to let buying these magazines turn into something much more expensive, because I would love to get the Nintendo magazines, I would love to get PlayStation magazines. I used to buy a lot of PlayStation magazines back in the day. As I've said before on this channel, I was very much a PlayStation boy back in the PS2 era. Now this is an interesting one. This has come sellotaped into some sort of plastic ring binder, so let's just cut this free. I can see instantly on the cover here we've got issue 300, so when's that going back to? Christmas 2016. It's another weird thing that Edge magazine do as well. They have, I think it's like 13 issues a year, because they do, you know, your January through December's, and they have a Christmas issue, which this first one is. We've got 2 in here. So the first one, issue 300, Welcome to the Fantasy Zone. I'm assuming that's Final Fantasy 15. Does it specify? Well, it definitely is. I know those characters are definitely Final Fantasy 15. It says PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, PC, 3DS, Vita, iOS, Rift, Vive and PSVR. So covering a plethora of hardware here. So that's issue 300. And then issue 322, September 2018, an unmistakable cover here. That is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, another fantastic game. Not one that I'll be playing anytime soon. I have tried to pick this one up for the collection, but it really is holding its price. Not quite sure why, but I know it's a great game. That's not a slight on the game. I just don't know why this one is so much more expensive physically than others. Probably not my kind of game either, though. It's a Souls-like, and I lack patience. I do not like being pummeled over and over again and looking for weaknesses in overly complicated boss fights. But, you know, if you like that sort of thing, I'm sure it's an amazing game. Let's rip into this next one, another well-packaged one. Ugh. Cardboard inside a bag. I must admit, it is great to see sellers taking the time to do this, because when you're buying this sort of stuff, you don't want it to turn up folded by the Royal Mail, or worse, a lot of this stuff's every. So yeah, let's have a quick check. There's nothing else loose in there. Instantly seeing the back of this cover, it looks a bit older, this issue. Look at this, a little plastic bag and everything. It's just one issue. In fact, it's, so having said I don't buy the special editions, I did on this occasion. This is called Edge Presents File. Let me get it out and show you. And what this is, I don't need the bag. I'm not going to be keeping that. I'll get rid. Look at that. This is a chunky one. This is as well. So this is This must be the third in the series. Edge presents File, it says. Retro Redefined, the best features, reviews, interviews, and more from issues 25 to 36 to 36, of Edge 1995 to 1996, which explains why we've got the Power Glove and N64. Is that Miyamoto on the back? One of them, possibly. We've got they've got a Pong. We've got Baby Mario and Yoshi, and then a console that I can't identify. A Panasonic reel. I should probably know what that is, but I don't. This is nice though, and I didn't know they did these. So this is going to be another problem I'm going to have now, is trying to work out whether I want to buy these. But here we've got, like I said, a whole collection of interviews and interesting reflections on a year or so's worth of Edge. I wonder how long these ran for. I'll have to do a little bit of looking. Obviously I've got a number of these issues already and I would buy in the others, but fascinating to see that they'd kind of created these compositions. So I might pick up some more of those. We'll see how we get on. Oh, this feels like, I think this might just be one. It might be a chunky one again. Let's have a look in. Let's see if we go in. This one might be a bit more retro. This is just one. Well, this is this is two. I was going to say that felt too chunky. So we've got two issues here. We've got issue 327, January 2019, and interestingly, this front cover character, very relevant right now. I'm assuming this is Smash Brothers. It is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. But on the front here, we've got Rob the Robot, and if you saw my video last week where we talked about the Super Mario Galaxy movie, he was a great moment in that film. And then on the back, I also talked in that episode about my love of the Punch-Out games, and look who's on the back. It is Little Mac. That's a really cool one as well. So yeah, January 2019, which in my head is really not that long ago, but I'm finding it increasingly distressing the more I realise how fast time is passing and how far already we are from that dreaded COVID era. Speaking of which, this is Christmas 2020. This is Xbox Series. Look at that one. Issue 352. We've got the Xbox Series X and Series S on the front there, and a whole issue, I'm assuming not dedicated solely to, but very heavily featuring these two consoles. And I don't know if this is this is the exclusive subscriber edition, which is why it looks the way it does. I think I've got a few of these. Basically anything, this one's probably also similar. Anything that lacks all of the gumph on the front cover, I think is normally a subscriber special. You can see that even in the inside cover there, they talk about all the different artwork. Pretty cool though. Okay, we're getting close to the box, but we've got one more chunky one here. So this was another one of these where I managed to find a seller with a number of issues, and then I got to use my little mobile app that I built to track my collection. If you haven't seen or don't know what I'm talking about, again, check out that previous episode. And I was basically just looking through people's lists where they're selling more than one. I'll flick through and try and find what I've got and haven't got, and then make them an offer. This is looking quite a chunky one. Let's see if we can slip all these out at once. Nope. Maybe. We're going to fight with it. We're going to fight with it. Whoa, that is a beastie one. How many issues? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll fly through these. Now, I think these were possibly all in a fairly close run in terms of issue number. A little bit more modern again. These are going to look like, I think, 2020s, maybe slightly newer. So we've got here issue 387, September 2023. And we've got Star Wars Outlaws, is it? Yes, Star Wars Outlaws. I've got that, haven't yet played it. Heard terrible things at launch, heard they have improved it since, but I think it looks like a fun game and graphically looks interesting. So maybe just a fun one to put on and play. Then we've got issue 383 from May 2023, and this is Everywhere. Don't know anything about that. If you do, down in the comments, let me know. But nice artwork. I do appreciate how much attention goes into these, and again, these all look like subscriber covers to me. So if they don't include kind of descriptions of what's in the issue, I think that means they're subscriber covers. Although this one does have a description on, so I might be talking rubbish. Anyway, so here is issue 382, April 2023. You can see, there we go. Another good one to add to the collection. Again, we're going to play through these a bit. We've got November 2022, issue 376, and this is Hyenas. Again, the more modern ones I do struggle with because I'm not as up to speed with kind of the more edgy stuff, a little bit more mainstream these days, much to my sadness. Issue 374, September 2022. I do know this title, A Plague Tale Requiem. Quite a nice cover there. Pretty artistic. I nearly bought that again last night by accident when I bought that bundle. And then I quickly realised I'd got a few of the issues in here. Issue number 371 from June 2022, The Invincible. Again, another one I would have to say I don't know too much about. But that's the beauty of these. I can flick through and find out about them. And they're just nice little things. They all sit by my desk, just around the side of the office. And they're the nice things to just pick up at random and have a little flick through while having a quick coffee break. Issue 369, April 2022, and this is Ghostwire Tokyo. It's a game actually I would quite like to play, but I've not gotten around to yet. Really quite striking image on the front, and then for some reason just kind of electric pink on the back. No issue with that though, that's pretty cool. And then we've got issue 368, so again they're all in the same kind of run here. March 2022, a game called Somerville. Not one that I am too familiar with, I have to admit. Pretty cool though. And then we've got issue 365, so we seem to be working backwards here. This was Christmas 2021, and I think this is Stray. Yes, it is. Quick check on the spine tells me this is Stray. Again, in my collection, yet to play it, heard good things. Not too desperate to play as a cat, but, you know. This is a bit more gory, so this is December 2021, so just proof there that you get this weird December and then Christmas issues, so you do get 13 a year. This is issue 364, and this is Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Look at that for a cover. Pretty gruesome. Again, I'll show you some B-roll of these and insert that as we go, but that's pretty cool. No mistaking this guy. Issue 363, November 2021, and I think this is Marvel's Midnight Suns, and it is their Midnight Suns yellow and black or golden black Iron Man. That's pretty cool. I tell you what that did make me think of very briefly before I clocked it was Iron Man. I was thinking Anthem, and it was funny, I was browsing Vinted the other day actually, and someone was selling the steelbook of Anthem, and I was very tempted to buy it. I obviously don't need it. I mean, I've got the digital version. I paid full price like many people at release and never got to play it. Well, I did play it, but you know, obviously it wasn't very good. And it's such a shame because the movement in that game and the combat was so good and the story was so paper thin. It was such a shame. Last one in this pile then, before we get into the big box, is issue 362 from October 2021, and the game on the cover is Sable. And again, this is where I think this one might not be a subscriber edition. I'm not sure. Some of them do say inside, but you can see there's a bit more going on the front here. They're kind of just, you know, they're telling you more about what's on offer here rather than relying on the imagery to do the work. Again, I could be wrong though. Does everything have a subscriber special? Yeah, so I was right actually. Just inside the cover here, it does show the subscriber version, which is free of all of that text. Again, I don't care, but quite cool either way. Right, so let me explain this big box then. So it's more Edge magazines, surprise. That's kind of the theme of the video. This one though, I know for a fact I'm going to have duplicates in. I just don't know how many. And the reason for that is that this particular seller had put, I think it was somewhere between 20 and 30 issues. It was just a single picture of a bunch of these overlapping each other laid out. I'll try and show you on screen from the listing. And I looked at it and thought, well, I know for a fact I've got a handful of those, but the description said something along the lines of kind of a date range that these magazines sat within. And I checked my app and I thought, oh, I've definitely got gaps in there. They were asking £20. Now, normally I would kind of haggle on Vinted, but I thought, do you know what? I think it worked out at like £1 an issue or something. And I thought, I'm going to pick those up. Even if I've got a few duplicates, it'll be worth it to get the others at the price that I want them at. And if I've got duplicates, I can keep them. I've got a box full of duplicates at this point, and I'll just start trying to resell those at some point myself, just to try and claw a bit of money back and continue supporting the collection. So this one took a bit longer than the rest to turn up. It was the reason for the delay, and that was because the lady forgot to tell Every just how heavy this box was, and then it got delayed in a shipment, and it is heavy. I was quite surprised it even got sent out as one box, and when you consider that I paid the lady £20 for these, assuming what I bought is actually in here and I've not been mugged off, I did pretty well. So pretty well wrapped as well. Oh god, they're in a bag. inside all of this. I might have to have a bit of a clear around. And when I say they're well boxed, they're not great. They're just in this, oh dear, they're in a Dunelm bag. Right, now what I think I'm going to try and do here is we'll try and work out how well we've done. So if we work on the basis that these magazines typically cost me around £4 on average for this pile, as we go through, I'll check to see if I've got an issue. If I've got it, then we're quids in. If I haven't got it, then so be it. We haven't made any money. So I've got my app up and we'll work our way through them. Now these are older, as I said. These are from, so this one's June 2009. So I'm guessing that we've got a fairly clear run. So I'm going to flick my app back to what issue number is this. So the frustrating thing. Sometimes the issue number's on the side, some covers it's on the front. 202. I think I have got this one. Yes, I have got that one. So instantly we've got a got. So first one out is a got. Second one, wow, that's a cool cover. Look at that. I don't know if that gloss is coming across. Again, I'll show you the ones I haven't got. Issue 178, August 2007. Do we have you? No, we don't. So that's one on the in pile. I've not made enough space to do this. We'll work around it. So one no good, one in. This next one is Far Cry 2, issue number 185. I don't think I have that one, but I don't have the world's best memory. 185, I have a gap. I have 184 and I have 186. I didn't have 185, so that's a 2 to 1 on the box's favour. And let's have another look. Oh, this is a chunky one. Wow, this is a chunky one. Flipping heck. October 2000. They used to put a lot more effort into these back in the day. I guess it's unfortunately indicative of the waning interest in magazines, isn't it? But so this one, October 2009, issue 206, Lost Winds, Winter of the Melodies. Cool cover, but that is a really thick issue. Does it tell me how many pages? 194 pages. I don't know what an average one looks like. Don't think I've got this one either, but let's do a quick double check. 206. I do not have. This is going well. It will not continue this well all the way through. I know there's more duplicates, but good start so far. Again, another one that I don't know these inside and out intrinsically. Obviously, I've took a lot of pictures of these. This one's designed to look battered, which is quite clever. This is Rage. This is from September 2009, issue 205. Do I have 205? No, I don't. Another win. So what's that now? 4 to 1? 4 to 1. There's still quite a few to go. I think we're going to go the wrong way now, though, because this one I know I have. So this is 199. This is Infamous. I think I've got that one. In fact, I'm looking at it right now. I do. It's in very nice condition, as all of these are, to be honest. It still blows my mind that magazines from the 90s and the early 2000s are still knocking around, readily-ish available, and in such good condition. It's nice to see. I think I might have this one. This is Crisis 2, issue 212. No, I don't have that one. I thought I recognised the cover, but there might have been another Crisis in there along the way. I do like these back in there when they were glossy. You got that nice shine, probably comes across on the camera. They do look quite premium. They always felt quite premium, to be fair. And they still do. I just think, obviously, as the interest in magazines has reduced, obviously the printing quality and money they can invest has. I know for a fact I have this one, and mine's in better condition. This one is, what game is this? When Worlds Collide, Christmas 2009. Kind of cool holofoil effect. I think this is the one that back when I opened it I confused for Mass Effect. It is not Mass Effect, but I've got that one. I absolutely know that for sure. Still going to check. It's right there. I always need to make sure because I have a terrible memory. Okay, I think we all know who this guy is. So this is obviously Nathan Drake. Uncharted 2. Do I have issue 197? I do. So the duplicate count is climbing. We're now at 5 to 4. And I know this next one's also going on the duplicate pile. So my early wins are starting to flip the other way. This is Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. Love the artwork of those Grand Theft Auto games. 194, pretty confident I've got that. I have. If you want any of these, by the way, I will put them on Vinted at some point, or you know, someone wants to reach out if there's a particular issue you're after, let me know. Again, I think this is a duplicate. Issue 191, a great one of Batman on the front there. That is a duplicate. So we're going the wrong way now. We're 6 to 5. But still, I paid £20, so the 5 that I've got have already averaged £4 a magazine, so I'm all right there. This is a cool one. Look at that, golden Wii remote. Who dares wins. Now, do I have this one? I think I might. No. So we're back to evens, 6-6. Good stuff. And then another cool one. This one's pretty iconic. Look at that. Dead or Alive, Japan's game industry, its own survival horror. Look how cool that is. They've got the zombie there in kind of that Japanese flag representation. That's issue 208 from December 2009. I'm pretty confident I do not have this one. What did I say? 208. I do not have this one. Another one for the positive pile. That's excellent news. We're about halfway through the box here at this point, I think. So apologies if this is boring you, but if you stuck out this far, you might as well see it through to the end. This is War Devil. Never heard of it. November 2009. This is issue 207. I don't think I have this. I do not. Another win. And then we've got Mad World. I'm always frustrated with Mad World. For those who are old enough to remember and were in the UK at the time, The Darkness went for Christmas #1 way back when, and they were beaten by Mad World. And although I love the Gears of War franchise and it was used in the trailers, I really wanted The Darkness to get that Christmas #1, but never mind. So this has got all sorts of good stuff in it. This is issue 190. It says on the front here, reviewed Metal Gear Solid 4. I'll have to have a read of that. 190, I don't think I've got this one. I do not. Another win. This is going well. This is a good gamble. This one I am almost 100% confident I have got. Xbox 360 Reinvented. Love the Xbox 360 avatars. Brings back really good memories for me. Do you remember, was it called the 101 or the 100? What was it called? Not the 100 Club, that's a modern one. What was the game show that you could play online, and if you got selected you went into the show? Can't remember. Let me know in the comments if you can remember. I am 95% sure I've got this one though. Let's have a look. Yes, I do. That one's going on the duplicate pile. Now this one looks familiar. It's another chunky one, but I might just be misremembering it. I do browse a lot of these online. This is issue 204. It is No More Heroes. Look at that for a striking cover. It's quite cool. I think I've got that though. No, I don't. Excellent. A nice cool cover to add to the collection. I know I've got this one. This is FIFA 10. Just a big gold 10. And it says, how EA turned FIFA into the world's best football game and then ruined it. If you're into FIFA these days. Issue 203, I've got it. Never mind. Goodbye. Then we've got, I think I might have this one, but I'm not sure. Aeon Guard. It just says groundbreaking, and there's some rock dude on the front. Does not ring any bells to me. Issue 198, and I do have it. I thought I did. That one's gone. I think we're fairly even now on the piles by the looks of it. Great cover there. Gaming legend Miyamoto. And interesting on the back, it's quite funny. I'll show you that. Look at that. He's doing something fun with his Wii and nunchucks. Almost looks guitar-like. This is Christmas 2008, Miyamoto Unplugged, issue 196. I do not have it. Welcome to the collection. Ooh, this is quite a collection of titles. This is Gaming's Greatest Decade. January 2020, issue 210. Pretty confident I don't have that one. I will show you that though, because it's a cool cover. Look at that. The iconic games there. That's some serious nostalgia on a page. Ah. Oh, don't know where you lost me there. Hopefully you saw this one. I'll have been out of shape from the other camera anyway, I'm sure. But anyway, another one that we hadn't got that's going into the collection. Camera stopped recording because I've been recording too long, which is helpful. Next one's got an iconic cover, and I've definitely got this one. Issue 187, Grand Theft Auto 4. I say I definitely got it. I'm almost certain. Yes, I do. And the next one, unfortunately, is another one I've got, which is issue 186, Lego Indiana Jones. Another cool one. I've definitely got it though, so we can let that one go. Oh, I think this next one's also a duplicate, which is October 2007, and this Super Mario Galaxy. Super relevant at the moment. What issue did we say that was? 180. Yep, got that one. Cool cover though. As I said, very relevant right now. Pretty sure this is not one I have. This is Halo Reach, issue 211 from February 2010. Let's double check. I do not have it, which is another good one, so it's going to fill another gap. Got to go through and add all these onto the app at some point soon as well. Following swiftly on the heels is Halo 3, issue 179. I think I might have that one. If I don't, it's a very welcome one because it's a cool cover. Then I think I might have it. I do. Never mind. And here's one for you Street Fighter fans. This one is Street Fighter 4. This is Ken. I've definitely got that one. I would have liked the variant cover, but it's not to be. And on the back, there's another cool bit of artwork there for Ryu and Ken. It's a nice one. Oh, big fan favourite for me here. And I don't think I've got this one. But anyone who's watched the channel for long enough will know I am a big Metal Gear fan. And this is issue 188 from May 2008, Metal Gear Solid 4. So you've got Snake on the front there, inside the biggest PS3 game of 2008. And then on the back, you've got the very famous Metal Gear art style of all these characters on the back. I'm pretty confident I don't have that. I would remember that issue. I do not. This pile, I've done very well with this purchase. I'm very happy. Oh, there goes my phone. Don't think I've got this one. This is 213, April 2010, LA Noir. We'll double check though. 213. Nope. Don't have that one either. This is going very, very well. I'll work out what the average price for the ones that I've actually ended up including is when I've done. Again, another one I don't think I have here. May 2009, 201. Final Fantasy 13, I think. On the back, on the front we've got Lightning, and then I can't remember what the character's name is on the back. Is it Sid or something? Might be Sid. Final Fantasy fans can let me know. 201, we don't have. Again, this pile's getting so big now I can't tuck it under the chair. Think I've got this one. Impressive though. Back in the day this would have been mind-blowing as well when you think about how graphics have improved, but how they looked. Issue 193, October 2008. This is Heavy Rain. I do have it. Look at that though. I mean, back in 2008, you'd have looked at that and gone, how can graphics get any better? Almost looks photoreal. Now we look at it and we pick it apart a little bit because we know what's come, but super cool. And the last one I think is also a duplicate, but never mind. And that is 214 from May 2010. This is the Move controllers for PlayStation, and I do in fact have it. So let me just quickly top those up because that is everything in there. I'm very happy with that haul. I knew I was going to get duplicates, as I said, but I wasn't sure how many. So in the duplicates pile we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 issues, which even if I could shift those at a couple of pound an issue, I'm going to make my money back on what I spent on this. And in the positive additions to the collection, we've got all of these just from that box alone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, there you go. Literally half and half, but 16 issues for the £20 that I paid. I am over the moon with. And coupled with the other, I think there's probably another 16 or so issues there. That's another 30 or so. And looking at my app, my current tally is 170 issues. So that should just about push me, I think, over the 200 mark, which is great. That's kind of the halfway point now on the collection. There's still loads more that I need to pick up, and I'm seeing these all the time. I'm just resisting the temptation to spend all of the money I have and fill my room with lots of boxes like this to undo. But yeah, I have been really pleased with those. Super chuffed with that box for £20. It's like such a great deal. What was that? 32 issues. It's less than £1 an issue. It's about 60p an issue, 70p an issue. That's absolutely insane. But yeah, so apologies. This has been very magazine collection heavy, and me just kind of sitting all in one place. I hope it's been interesting if you are following the journey. as I said, I will make the effort to insert as much B-roll as I can to try and show you these covers in a little bit more detail. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed going through those. I'm on the hunt. The main reason for getting this done today and making this week's video is that I wanted to have the app fully up to date, ready for the Nottingham gaming market in case I see any issues while I'm there, and I'll know then I can pick them up. But it also means now that I've updated the app, I can get on with searching for even more. So we can start trying to push the other 200. We're halfway there, give or take, near enough, which is really, really exciting. Anyway, that's it for this week's video. As I said, hope you've enjoyed something a little bit more retro, memories, Edge magazine heavy. Appreciate you very much for sticking it out this far. Let me know in the comments if any of these really struck a chord with you. Did you buy Edge magazine back in the day? If you didn't buy Edge magazine, let me know in the comments which magazine you would buy. What was your go-to for video game news and kind of the stuff that got you excited, the demo discs. Oh God, there's so many memories. But yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps with the channel growth, and I really do appreciate your support on that front. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next week for what will hopefully be a little mini vlog for my trip to the Nottingham gaming market. Hopefully I've picked up something cool. You'll be watching this potentially while I'm there, or maybe you're in the queue getting in, or maybe you've already been and we cross paths, who knows. But anyway, have a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next video.